So, going here is pointless. I need to go to... We'll go to the Blood Sands first. I don't know why that wasn't just a big, hey, dummy. Go. So we need to go to Blood Sand to kill the dwarf, Elm Shore to find the other person. We're doing it. We're murdering people. It's going to be great. Cool. Interact with them, allow you to experience each one's unique history. Oh, that's right. I forgot that all the Kickstarters have their fucking characters put into this game. It's such a nice thing to do. Keeper Garost. Supplicants. Keeper. You have a name. A dwarven man stands motionless near the roaring fire. Oh, stands motionless. I think this is my guy. Triggers the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land. Supplicants, come forth. A gust of smoke curls around him, licking the charred flesh that bulges his forearms. It suddenly flex. Estromor. The dwarf holds a fist in tight grip. Your kin doesn't come here to share with the tribes. What do you want? Tell me about Ithic Knoll? What is this place? Blood Sands. Dwarf picks up scarred forearm. His ritual guttish mingles the crackling wood of bones behind him. As I said, Estromor rarely visit our halls. The Glenfathans call this place the Blood Sands. We call it home. The Ithic Knoll have tended the land from within this cave since before the arrival of the tribes in the north to the Twin Elms. Be warned, Estromor. We bleed life to nurture it. Our sacrifices may strike you as savage, but the health of these lands depends on them. It's unseemly for our guests to insult their hosts. Tell me about the sacrifices? Stocky legs apart and locks his forearms. Everything must die to return anew, Estromor. Yes. Through sacrificial rites, we offer supplicants the honor of giving their most precious gift back to their brethren, back to the land. The blood gives us strength, and even the Glenfathans have come to depend upon the blood paint. They brim with the power before battle, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. Sure. Our order has thrived for generations. Before we came to the Eastern Mountains, now we share the blood for Air Glenfath. So these dudes are pretty much right up there with the circle thing. Sure. I'll respect whatever. I'm looking for a dude. I wonder if you can tell me where this dude is? No, I'm not going to steal. I'm assuming it's a dude with a name. Do you have a name? Naka? You're not a dwarf. Midwife and Lorekeeper. A joyous day to you as well. Many-colored hunter, are you here for the supplicant? No. Hervis appears dumbstruck. How can you see my smell, actually? Schwazwink, the autumn Stilgar is in your veins. Galawain ever gave you so much, yet you wear the eye of a whale. Oh, shit, did I just accidentally stumble upon fucking Hervas's quest shit? All he's giving me is ostracism, Hervis yells. His voice echoes through the cavernous expanse. His face becomes flush. I could have been useful to my tribe if my spirit form were a simple fox or crane. Powerful or not, my tribe reviles the Autumn Stelgar. To them, I'm a soul-devouring monster. Don't speak to me like it's some sort of gift. Let her continue. Forgive my friend's temper. Please, would you allow us all... We would like to know all you can tell us. Hervos, this woman is troubling you? Do we need to hurt her? Tell us what you know of the Autumn Stelgar. Yeah, man. Diplomacy and whatnot. Galawain would not bless you with a second self that you do not truly need. If the Autumn Stelgar feels like an affliction, perhaps you have it backwards. Galawain gives you the tools you need to hunt. He has no cause to burden his hunters unnecessarily. I still don't... Hervis shrugs and catches his head, shaking loose several mites and gnats. Gross. Is there something I need to do to cure myself of the spirit form? Cure? Naka looks at Hervis, puzzled, and mutters a few half-words. My dear child, the Autumn Stelgar is the cure. Galawain blessed you with that form so that you may live in reunion. She spreads her arms in a sweeping motion. Walk about the blood sands and read the texts we have preserved in stone. They will tell you what you need to know. What do you mean, living in reunion? Her hand glides against the pregnant abdomen. She stares at you. Across her pregnant abdomen, she stares at you blankly. You smell Hervos a moment before you feel his hand at your side. I don't think she's going to be any further help. Let's read those transcripts like she said. The text that line these walls. Her thought comes to an abrupt halt as she runs her hand along her shoulders in a contented sigh. For a long moment, she becomes aware again of your conversation. They are meditations of nature and loss, strength and sacrifice. They will make sense to your friend. Somehow, I doubt that.
Hey.
Okay. Keepers. So I just talk to these things?
Upon Burial Isle, the two men meet again for the first time, though it was the last thing they did. The many-colored beast rent them both asunder. They were in death, merged, and made whole again.
Okay.
Cute story. Two guys meet in the belly of a soul-eating creature. Maybe someday I'll eat two of the most insipid deer wooden lumberjacks, and they'll spend an eternity discussing beer whilst haunting my colon.
God damn it, Hervos. Perhaps the idea is that the Autumn Stelgar might not really destroy the souls. Why so flippant? It sounds like the Galawain gave you an incredible power. You were the one to ask for his help. It's not like it came to you. Yeah, it's not like he's destroying them. That could be true, but I guess you don't really know what to make of this. I never, knowingly at least, eaten anyone's soul, but maybe it's a trick I've yet to learn. Lucky me. Still, I've had a hard time believing that me shape-shifting and mauling anyone is really going to make anyone whole again, despite what this tablet says. I'd like to look for other tablets. Here's a tablet. I guess it's not a tablet I can click. No, that's stealing. Keepers. Keep on keeping on. Keeper Wardra.
Many blessings, traveler.
Eleanor blinks at you, not quite looking at you. Her eyes are pale and clouded with cataracts. Oh, so she's smoking the ganja. Welcome to the Blood Sands. It is rare that an Esrimor sets foot in here in these caverns. The news, she tilts her head. What brings you here, I wonder? What do you do here? I sell and maintain goods for certain preservation of our order, and perform some of our ritual sacrifices. Great! Nothing to let a blind man kill somebody. Blind woman. Excuse me. How do the sacrifices work? Like any worthwhile ritual, it's too complex to explain in detail. It involves clotting the supplicant's essence, binding it to their life there to the lifeblood and drawing it into a container or vessel. Great! This is the raw, bloody heart of Eric Glanfath, where some of them come to give their essence back to their people, where others seek a noble escape from their writ trials. The legacy of the builders to the tribes was not merely Adria and stone, but an essence of community. It is here that the Glanfathans come to sacrifice what is most precious, even their own lives, to preserve it. Hey, what are you selling, bitch? Flask of war paint? What do you do? Damn. I don't know if I want to buy these, knowing that every single one of them is made with somebody you just murdered. It'll go away from you now. How big is this place? Oh, this place is pretty big. Earthblight? Alright, don't fuck with that thing. Keeper... Can I talk to it? No. Oh, more text. Here we go.
Is not the water sacrificed unto the plant, and the plant sacrificed unto livestock, and livestock unto man? When the lesser soul is sacrificed to strengthen the greater soul, the whole of our family grows stronger. I suppose I get the argument. We all have to kill and eat, constantly for that matter, to live. This sounds like it's talking about the Blood Sands rituals. I wonder how, or even if, this is relevant to me.
You wear an eye patch of whale. I thought you were supposed to love cryptic information like this. Have you considered that the Autumn Stilgar may have been sacrificed to you, that Galawain was making you stronger? Yeah, I like that one. His good ear stiffens while his mangled ear twitches and shakes. It hadn't occurred to me, but I did win the fight. If Galawain were truly displeased with me, I can't imagine I'd have walked away from that trial alive. I don't know, just sounds like they're trying to justify their practices of killing people. Yeah, dude, you fucking wrecked the fucking Autumn Stilgar. You deserve to be one. Although, don't question the thought of becoming something weaker than yourself. There's a lot of blood, and that is so a fake wall. Look at that shit. Oh, that is a lot of blood. There we go. Smooth and nourished flesh. Essence without
Each generation, the Anumfoth must stand before the autumnal beast in judgment. The wise endure, passing on their strength. The weak are eaten, their souls ripped to pieces and lost for all time, removing such weakness from the cycle. Well, I guess maybe my tribe wasn't entirely wrong about my spirit form being some sort of soul terror. I suppose I was hoping to hear a different answer on the matter, but...
Hirvish shrugs, his arm slumped to his side. But it's worth asking, in all your times walking in the Autumn Stilgar's fur, how many souls have you destroyed? A truth is revealed to you, and while you whine about your distaste for the answer, Whale would be ashamed of you. Did it ever occur to you that Galawain was testing you and you passed? You seem so sad to have the spirit form of such a legendary beast. Don't tell me you never wished for a yeah, how many souls have you destroyed? That I'm aware of? None. I get what you're saying. I merely wear the form of the Autumn Stilgar. It's not in control of me, nor the sum of who I am. For years I've been telling myself my tribe judged me unfairly. I guess they weren't completely wrong. Well, enough personification for the moment. Or pontification for the moment. Let's go find some more things. There's some supplicants. Heat emanating from this pool threatens to singe the flesh off your face. Ooh, flesh melting. There's a lot of things in here, and I don't want to fight them all. But I will totally fucking fight them all. I don't think I can do it. Oh, that's stealing. Sure. Are you a dwarf? Okay.
As souls split into multitudes, many lives come from one. The truest of power comes from sacrificing the shard to return its strength to the Mother Stone. The many lives from one sounds familiar. I was taught that sometimes between death and rebirth, a soul splits perfectly in two, creating two viable souls from one. Sounds strange, but it makes sense when you think about how the population has risen in generations. It's kind of a mathematical necessity that some process like this is happening.
Thanks for the animancy lesson, but what do you think this has to do with you? Maybe the Autumn Stilgar's very important role to play in this life cycle of souls. So why did Whale lead you to this tablet? Yeah, maybe if the souls are multiplying indefinitely, maybe you need to have something like an Autumn Stilgar to eat the souls to keep the cycle down. Sorry, sir, I'm not eating your soul. I'm merely serving a vital role in the natural process. I see what you're getting at, but it's not making me feel better. Fungus that grows on shit has an important role in the natural order. That would make me be thrilled to shapeshift into a shit blossom. Thank you, Hirvas.
Hey.
Fire sacrifice. I guess this is the last way to go. So did we finish his questline completely? Travel to the Burial Isle to meditate, tested by Autumn Stilgar. Hirvas now wishes to explore the Burial Isle for one of these pilgrimage sites. Okay, so he wants to go to the Burial Isle. We can do that. Oh, shit. Who has names? You have a name.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
Yes. It was high but even. The dwarf grips a hatchet with both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulder forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thump. Great! Blood gushes around the blade, and the sacrifice screams rend the air. Hirvas' hand clutches his chest as his eye widens in amazement. Did I say I wanted to see the teachings of the druids, but I think I was imagining more dried herbs and chanting? We never did that in my circle back home. Never. Despite the earlier agreement, the elf thrashes atop the stone table, his torso aching while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide open and allows the blood to splatter on his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls his hatchet from the body and wipes it on his hem. Great! Nothing like a good blood sacrifice. The dwarf wears crimson robes that are stained and streaked with dark patches. His face is smooth, but lacking in youthful elasticity, as if the lines and wrinkles have been formed and erased many times over. He watches you with eyes of two black pits as he wipes the hatchet on his robes. Hail Esramor. Oh, this dude is like black pit eyes, youthful face,
No
fucking
one
vampire.
comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
Barath believes it's time you paid your dues. Boom! Reston grunts. Then he can descend from his mighty pantheon and tell me himself. Actually, that's why I'm here.
Since when do the gods send mortals to collect? You're much too talkative to be the usher. This is the trouble with deities. They meddle in a world that they don't even inhabit. I hope they've promised you something better for your next life.
Well, here's the thing. You were super dead. I love how everyone just turned for that. Murder him! Oh shit, he's on my side for the moment. I forgot that she could hex people. I guess we're killing the Chanter too. Missed that shit. Fantastic. Alright, loot. What did we get? Purgatory. Decent damage, I guess. Accuracy. Sure. Restored his endurance. Oh, so it heals as you hit with it. Cool.
Hey.
Loot.
Hey.
Did that just all go to her? Shit, I didn't want that to happen. You don't need to carry anything, sweetheart. You are okay. God, I wish you had a name, though. Sweet. I guess we'll just loot you now.
All right, then.
Okay, so quests. Dwarf on an eerie road, both perished at my touch. And Burial Isle. Wait, didn't he want to go to the Burial Isle too? True to form? Now wishes to explore the Burial Isle for one of these pilgrimage sites. Okay, cool. So Heroboss's shit is going to double back with all the other stuff. That's cool. Am I done in here? I think I'm done in here. Let's go back. Shit, am I gonna have to fight my way out of here? Alright, what's the fastest way out of here then? Get him.
I'm here.
Loot that thing.
Hey.
Maybe I can find some sort of clue as to how to open that mystery door. That's stealing. I'm not gonna steal. Okay, take the fastest path. Shit, they split up. Go this way then. Wrecked. Oh man, there was a bunch of people at the entrance too. I don't want to have to kill people.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
I don't want to kill you guys.
Blinder than a horpox bat.
You're the ones who did this, not me. I was just trying to murder for the
Alright
old
then.
gods. Alright, now what was the other place I said? It was Twin Elms, right? I think I said Twin Elms.
Hey.
Oh shit, Twin Elms is that. Or did I say Elmshore? Burial Isle wants to go there. I'm gonna double check the thing real quick. Golden Grove, headquarters in Elms Reach. Okay. I need to find Iswald at Golden Grove in Elms Reach. We'll tell you that the High Volvate, whatever. Whatever. I need to go to Elms Reach. I'm in Elms Reach. I need to find an Isful. Help if it's not paused. Isful. Ovate. Blood Soul. Isfold. There you are. Welcome to the Golden Grove.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Yeah, who leads your order? High Ovate, blah, blah, blah. Journeys to Elmshore to renew her strength, however, she's there now with some of her closest followers, in fact. Rona is a mighty elm among us. She's lived for generations. She's been avoiding the fucking cycle. There are none who understand the world as well as she, and we are fortunate to have her wisdom to answer our questions. I'd like to know more about her. Must meet her for yourself. She is wise and kind, and she has led our order from the beginning. Yet she walks among us and gives us freely of herself. She turns her gaze to the great twisting elms. That is what so many of us cherish about her. She is present among us in a way that the gods never are. Yeah. So I'm gonna kill her. A servant of death. Oh, this is the fucking thing I was supposed to be looking at. When I learn of who this is. The Golden Grove. Oh, these are the clues I was supposed to fucking follow. I've killed... God damn it. Elmshore to prolong her life. It's the elven woman from the vision. God, if she is not the elven woman in the vision, I will be murdering an innocent. Not that I haven't murdered innocents before. Okay. Now I go to Elmshore. Ah. Crack my thumb. Not supposed to crack your thumb. Oh. Okay. So she's here somewhere. So she's at the Adra Arc, I'm guessing Elmshore Cave? You know what? Maybe she's up here at this weird fucking circle thing. This weird fucking circle. I bet this has to do something. This seems like a ritual spot that if you were trying to live forever, you would come to. Hey, look at that! I found her. An elf stands on the dais in the middle of the clearing. The ground is blanketed with leaves in various shades of russet and gold. Her eyes are closed and her arms are folded in front of her. A certain autumnal yellow hair hangs from in front of her face. As you draw near, she lifts her chin and looks at you with shifting hazel eyes.
Greetings, Estremor. You are among the Ovates of the Golden Grove.
I'm gonna go with this before that shit happens. And you are?
High Ovate, an ancient elm among poles and saplings. We have taken root in the same soil, and the others grow in my shade. Their roots nourish my soil. My branches give them shelter. Together, we grow.
I want to hear her story first, because the dwarf was an asshole, straight up murdered somebody. Turns like an eddy in the stream, Estremor. Speak the questions on your soul. Speak plainly, will you? She gives you a mischievous half-grin while her eyes fade to gray. The words on my lips are the language of the stream cleaving stones and the wind guiding seas. If you do not understand, it is because the tongues of your kith have deafened you.
Like the leaves of a tree, we are many sharing one source, one purpose.
In the name of
Living or
Cain.
dying, we nourish one another. The truths of the soul and of the body are written on every blade of grass and sung by every creature under the sun. We learn these truths and sing them back.
It's not of the gods, but of Waithra. This is why many of our numbers study the discourse of herbs, habit the skins of beasts. Are you druids? Are you familiar with the Ethnic Knoll? Because I just killed a lot of them. A swarm of maggots on a dead songbird, worms hollowing a mighty spruce. They celebrate the withering of life rather than its budding. They seize strength from others instead of accepting what Waithra freely gives. They take pride in their independence from their gods, yet the leader demands an even greater sacrifice. Death for life, strength from the spent of the essence of its petitioners. Ethnic Knoll offers another kind of servitude, one to kith whose souls have long since rotted. I wouldn't really know. The Ethnic Knoll should save lives, not end them. They merely see the world as the way it is, not... Yeah, they should really save lives instead of doing that. Oh, on this we agree. But you've lived forever, so Barath wants me to kill you?
At least he chose someone who wouldn't wrap her intentions in trickery and lies. But what is a god that his voice should carry so far? And what are you that you should so eagerly obey? The gods only have dominion over what we seed, and you would cede matters of life and death to them.
I mean, honest really helped. It's the trust that or the trust your neighbors. If you had my neighbors, you might think twice about that. Are you any different? You've extended your life beyond its natural span. Through work and wisdom, the greater the tree, the more fruit it may yield. She nods at the ovate gathered in the clearing. They are the vines climbing an ancient elm into sunlight. My growth sustains them. Should our harmony fall to a prey to God's jealousy? Oh shit. Your growth stunts theirs. They learn nothing apart from you. This is what you demand of other ovates. You're no different from the Ethnic Knoll or the gods. Damn. The gods are wiser and more ancient than even you. It is not for either of us to oppose them. I need Barath's aid, and that is what... No, I'm going with this. This is like, damn. A storm of protest brews behind her color-shifting eyes. She says nothing for several seconds, but you see the fear slowly drain from her face. Her eyes fade to the brown of dead leaves. Finally, Elrona lowers her head. Your words carry truth and shame. It was never my desire to diminish my followers, but I can see where perhaps my roots left no room for them to grow. Oh my god, is she going to kill herself? Very well. If my season has ended, then let me pass with it. As she closes her eyes, the warmth of color drained from her body. Her breathing slows, her ashen skin stiffens to a dull patina. With the last sigh that leaves her lungs, cracks carve their way across her flesh, dividing it into hardened ridges. Within seconds, Erona is petrified, her bark-encrusted face turned toward the ovates below the dais. Oh shit! She fucking turned herself to stone. And I didn't have to murder tons of people. You've gained reputation with the Ovate? Oh my god, they love me. And I've gained reputation with Eric Null. I want to see what that is. Character. Defiance Bay, Gilded Vale, Twin Elms, Neutral, Knights. Eric Null, Scoundrel, extremely bad. Hero, moderately good. I'm a scoundrel to them. Good, they're assholes. I hate them. Yeah. That's great. Fuck all them. Okay, so... Jay. I can pray to Barath the Tyr Everon to receive my reward. Oh, so I just need to go back. She died for me. That was so nice of her. I didn't need to fight or kill anyone for the first time in, like, ever. It was just like, hey, yo, dog, you've lived for too long. It's time to let other people do things. And she was like, okay. Most people don't really accept death that much, or that easily, but she was down with it. That's how I wish I die. I just turn to somebody and I say, hey, I'm ready. And I just turn to stone. But I'll do like a pose. And then they can just use my stone body as my tombstone. It'd be something crude, like me flipping off people. Doing the whole, like, suck it thing. Just really, really low class. And that'll be the way I die. What up, sexy wood bitches? Okay, so we need to come down here because we did Barath shit. Play to Barath. As you pray to Barath, you again find yourself on the road. Squinting into the distance, you see a short, pale figure waiting for you. At first, you think it's another vision of the Archdruid Raishton, but then you notice the figure's skeletal frame and rectus grin. He stands in front of another skull gate, but the way leads down, not onward. He beckons for you to approach. Sure. Behind you is a woman, her skin milk pale against her black hair. She wears a suit of armor so dark it seems to suck the light from the stars. The road winds up a mountain behind her.
A toll, traveler.
Follow the usher or pay the pallid knight. I guess I'll follow the usher. He gives you a lipless smile and leads you into the skull's maw down a long flight of stairs. The pallid knight follows close behind. It seems you are in a gigantic cavern. The ceiling curves up and away, and it's dotted with moisture. At this distance, the shining beads look like stars, clustered and scattered in constellations. The two identical cave mouths wait up ahead. You follow the usher to one of them. Standing on the edge and gazing down, you see an endless, ever-changing plain bisected by a road. Only then do you realize that you're no longer on the road. As you follow the road to the point where it disappears below you, you realize that you're standing on one of the eye sockets of a massive skull. The usher points to the road. Archdruid Raishton appears below you. He's just as you remembered him, stern and smooth-skinned, yet with each step along the road he grows, swelling with blood and essence. His heavy steps become slower and slower until he stops altogether. His distended body fills the path completely.
You met a dwarf traveling this road. What did you do?
He had lived many centuries. I brought him death. He lived many centuries. I brought him new life. He lived on the blood of others. I saw justice done. Resh'dun had stood in place for too long. I merely set him moving again. It is the destiny of all mortals to die. I fulfill the will of God. Yeah, I like this one. Either I brought him new life, or I brought him death. He stood in place for too long. I set him moving again. His flesh is taut against her skull. She nods once, barely dipping her chin.
Life is kinetic. Forward motion. 100 beginnings and endings nested within 1,000,000 more.
As Resh'dun's swollen body ruptures, the effect is like a dam bursting. Ghostly figures and hazy and indistinct whips of smoke continue along the cleared path. Some tumble and rush along, while others are amble and drift, but all continue forward. The usher directs your attention to another figure moving down the path. This time you see High Ovate Arona. As she follows the road, her movements become slow and erratic. Her legs creak with each step, and her feet grow long, thick roots that burrow into the ground. Finally she stops, rooted in place.
You found a tree that had lived for centuries. Its roots were deep, and its boughs sheltered many. Why did you cut it down?
It was unnatural. It couldn't sustain itself. Trees don't belong in the road. I thought if I cleared the tree, maybe the Lord of the Road would grant me a boon. I tired of the tree's endless riddles. It was a parasite. While its branches sheltered others, its roots sucked them dry. I enjoy cutting things down. Trees don't belong in the road. Yeah. Either that or it was a... No, trees aren't parasites. I thought if I cleared the
The Lord of the Road does not trade favors. He grants passage and extracts his toll. Nothing more. But it may be that in serving his interests, you further your own.
Arona's body petrifies below, and the shimmering leaves of her hair blow down the path. Oh shit, this is just Barath now. You seek another who has lived his lives on the brink of the cycle. He sits on the inside of the wheel, observing its revolutions. With each life, he is plucked from the stream and returned to it intact. Why do you hunt Theos? For answers, he understands what's happening to me. Revenge, my soul's torment is his doing, I will make him pay. I seek a resolution. In confronting him, I will put an end to the pain he's caused me. Okay. I'm gonna go with revenge.
Would you end his life and send him to another? Theos is but the instrument of your torment. His cycle has been guided by another for millennia.
Theos serves Wodica. She desires an escape from her own cycle, power without decline. Theos has removed thousands of souls from the cycle so that their essence might empower her. The black depths of her eyes threaten to swallow you. You must stop him, and you must return them to the cycle. Oh shit, that's right. I forgot the whole Wodica thing. To what end would it serve to send the souls back to the cycle? I know what that'll do. I don't see what this has to do with me. Why does Wodica even need Theos' help? And why do you need mine, for that matter? I must go to Sun and Shadow now. Why does she need his help? The gods guide souls through the cycle of death and rebirth, but Aora in the domain mortal is in the domain of mortals. We stand aside, weights and counterweights. Were one to alter the tides of Kith, all would follow. We would tip from this world from its axis. That is why Woedica directs a mortal to do her bidding, and why any who would stop Theos must be mortal as well. I know what end it would do to send them back. By sending these souls is a question of stability, Watcher, of maintaining the natural order of the world and the ebb and flow of essence. Couldn't they be returned to Hollowborn? If Theos meddled with these souls, perhaps it'd be best to destroy them. Cycles changeless and monotonous. Surely there's a better alternative. I think I understand what you're telling me. Maybe if he is fucking with them, maybe it's better to destroy them. The cycle is merciless but not wasteful. Time and the endless procession of rebirths eventually grind souls to dust, but until then they must pass from the world and return to it. Their continuing movement advances the cycle itself. Oh, okay. And I'm assuming the Woedica thing is just power. Balance, likewise, we cycle of gods. We rise and fall from the favor of mortals, only to rise and fall again. But Woedica seeks power to replace herself outside of the cycle. She would root herself and grow to the detriment of others. Road where a broken tree and husk of flesh are still visible. Alright, okay. I think I understand what you're doing. I'm okay with Barath. He seems like a good guy. Girl. Whatever Barath is. I only show the motion of the universe, Watcher. I don't see what this has to do with me. Theos builds a dam to divert water from a stream. The flow of thousands of souls will shape the world you live in. It will also shape the world which your soul returns to in its next lives. I have to go to the sun and shadow.
No mortal can survive the descent into the pit. But there are souls on the burial isle that are pledged to me. I will grant them to you, and they shall bear you down safely, as well as light the way beyond.
A multitude appears at the other end of the road, raising their voices, kicking up dust as they make their way towards you. Return them to the cycle, Watcher. Promise me that you will, and I shall give you the power befitting a champion of death. Oh, shit! Accept my favor. However, and I will demand this decision as your due, I will collect from all mortals in time. Damn. I promise to return the souls to the cycle. I need to think about this. Yeah, I'll return them to the cycle. So be it, Watcher. Do not forget your promise. The usher reaches out and places a bony hand on your forehead. His touch overwhelms you, and you feel yourself expand. Blinded, you reach out, only to find another grasping hand of the same size and shape as yours reaching back. Jardius was granted Barath's boon. When at last you open your eyes again, you are standing in Ter Emerald, filled with Barath's power. Well then. Ow. Goddamn taxes. That's the last thing I want to come out of a divine fucking trance to find out I had to fucking pay taxes. Alright, so I got things now, right? Barath's boon. Grants Barath's boon. Passive. +1 resolve, +5 defense against petrified and paralyzed attacks. Oh, that's good. That's fucking great. Did anybody level up? Nope. Cool.
Hey.
So now, Servant of Death is done. Not able to find favor, I can travel to the Burial Isles and pursue Theos. Travel to the Burial Isle. Cool.
All right then.
Whoa! Spooky ghost people.
Stop right there. You're in the wrong city, Inquisitor. Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
Did they just, like, stop the fucking voice acting right there? I'll finish it then. I've seen you light pyres with good people tied to them. People I've known many a year. He seizes you by the throat. Your airway tightens. Whether real or imagined, you cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding it at a hair's breadth from your eye.
Suros, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic. Fully, a head shorter than he, but somehow seeming to tower over him. You've seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
Sure. We're not... God, these voice actings are just like... They're great, but they're hit and miss. If he is so poor an assassin to approach an unarmed guard in daylight, I should have nothing to fear. I would hear what this man has to say. She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sour-faced, watching you through the sour-long glances, his knuckles white around the pommel of his sword.
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again.
I just wanted to see you again. I've come to help you in any way I can. Those lies. I've come to believe your teaching to be true. The evils I've done in the name of the Inquisition are too great for me to bear. I want to help you end it. Grand Inquisitor Theos Ex Arcanon dispatched me here to spy on you. I'm gonna tell the truth. Fuck it, I'm a ghost. I don't care. This doesn't affect me. Doesn't blink. Are things as desperate as that over there? I've never known. I hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listening to my lectures is dull work for a spy. I'd hope there might be another reason, but you are here and that is good enough on its own. Whatever your reasons, I've missed you all over these years. Having you here now, at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers, is a wonderful gift.
I would like for you to stay here, in our camp, as my guest.
My lady Irvara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
Sure.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one man's ability to reason, once he knows the truth, what hope do we have?
My lady, he admits being a spy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That should make him less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. All I see here is an opportunity to persuade someone who could help us. We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come. We have much to talk about.
Sure. For whatever the fuck that was. Old Song District. I need to go... What was it? Travel to the Burial Isle. No, wait. I heard the screams, too, from the Blood Sands. Except...
this elder of yours. He may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persok is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, huh?
I never return empty-handed.
All right, then.
Nice. Okay, so I need to go to the burial aisle. Which I guess is only attainable through the Old Song District? Sure. My speakers are doing something really crazy right now. It's making like some
Hey,
really glitchy noises, and it is very discomforting. I hope that's not showing up on the capture. Burial aisle.
The house was ominous.
Well, they were saying something and I miss it. Oh, there it is. I thought my mother-in-law's house was ominous. Okay.
what
Hey,
brings
dude.
you here?
What is the burial aisle? With the Amphats, you go there, and there's not a place for the living to walk. Take me across. I will. Take care that you do not lose your footing. These waters have a fickle temper. Sure. Take me there, so that I might fast travel, and never need you again. God, I don't know what's worse. Just constant loading screens in this game, or fucking perpetual long-ass load
Hey.
screens in Tiberium Sun. Cool. Burns wants to say
What
something.
is it, Watcher?
Does what we learned about Wodka trouble you?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit, and Aethys, Widewin had always claimed to be invading Deerwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Woodika's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos, must we always be tools of gods? If Woodika and Margrin, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back,
Then your Godhammer didn't save Deerwood, it doomed it. Aethys needed to be stopped, and so does Wodika. Whatever the reason, Aethys still sought to murder others, inflict his will on others. The Hollowborn were the crime of another god? It would have been better if you had spared this knowledge. Would it have been... It's a lot to take in. Your Godhammer didn't save the Deerwood, it doomed it!
so many lies. And Woodika, perhaps she is the next god to fall beneath the Godhammer.
Would it have been better if you'd been spared this knowledge?
I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a watcher's eyes. All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margrin burned her once. One can do so again. Woodika, She must answer to her own justice.
Justice or revenge?
Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Magrin, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodica, that will serve.
Do we know that Magrin was not a willing accomplice? Magrin was allied with Woedica. She tried to kill all the makers of the God Hammer.
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
I'm not certain, it's just a feeling I have. You said you left Ashfall without telling anyone of your departure? The others who made the God Hammer, they all died, didn't they? That's why I saw their symbols fade from your staff? Yeah.
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a goddess, to be sure. But even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves. You answer a question with a question. Then why did I feel her disappointment at Halgot? Why were we shamed?
Just a feeling
That
I
is
have,
all
man.
you have. A feeling. If feelings provoked me to say every thought that crossed my mind, get gone and leave me to my thoughts.
You do say everything that's on your fucking mind. That's why you're an asshole. I'm glad you're having a test of faith.
Hey,
You're a dick.
This place is sacred ground, so watch where you step.
I will step everywhere on the ground.
Do you remember when we were children, and the missionaries came to tell us about the gods? They told us we could see them in the stars.
Sure.
I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because I wanted to see them better. That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
That fort had outlived its use. It was a false sense of security. They'll do a lot worse if they ever return. But those missionaries are all Inquisitors now. Strange to think that they're the same people underneath, but I suppose you would know. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? It's been through worse. I only worry about you. You should be more worried about yourself. Half the guards still plot your death at night.
I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
Yes.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies on a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
Have you thought about Osionis?
Osionis.
Osionis.
They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
Oh no. I was gonna lure that bitch there, and then she was gonna die. Damn. How big is this place? Pretty big. You know what? Let's call it for tonight. And we will pick this up the next time I get a chance to stream.